Hi everyone. So I've just published a very short article, 2 pages, called Experience versus Experiment in my newish website, the Society to Investigate the Unknown and Unknowable. So if you go to www.siuu, you'll get to that website and you can find the article. Today I want to talk about what I often refer to as the greater anatomy of human beings. It's such an important subject, and I have touched on various parts of it in these talks before. I mean, most people think of themselves as a body. You can see it when you walk around anywhere. Everybody's got a selfie. Everybody's busy putting makeup on. People are really worried about the clothes that they wear, as if somehow decorating this body in some kind of way makes them more interesting. Maybe it does, makes the body more interesting, surely. But that's not all we are. And yet a lot of people function in their lives that's all they are. They've got to feed their body. They've got to rest their body. They've got to make the body look good, paint the body, oil the body. We spend a lot of time with the body, don't we? But is that where we are? So in my understanding of what I call the greater anatomy, we are a matter, energy, information, quantum system, and body, emotions, mind, spirit, consciousness. That's who we are. So the body is kind of, I see the body as a kind of anchor for the energy, information, quantum being that we are. So yeah, we need a body. And while a lot of spiritual teaching says that you're not your body, you're much more than the body, we certainly are more than the body, but we certainly are the body as well. And I'm not sure that I feel comfortable with this whole netty story that I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not my body. We are the body. We need to respect the body. We need to love the body even. Yes, we do. But hell, we are a lot more than that. We energy, information, and quantum. What does it mean when we talk about energy as well? Well, obviously, if you've ever seen a dead body, it's just a piece of flesh. There's nothing there. The life force is gone. The whole energetics of that body has disappeared. So a person that's alive and walking around is obviously more than just a piece of flesh. That's why we sit in coffee shops and we love watching people walk past, because they're shining with humanhood. They are more than just a body. So, and the energy fields are known, well known actually. Even in conventional medicine, it's well known. I mean, that's why doctors do ECGs. The ECG is an electromagnetic recording of the heart. Now, while most doctors put the electrodes on the body, the fact is that with very, very sensitive instruments, you can pick up that electromagnetic reading of the body, of the heart, 1 meter away from the body. So when I'm sitting in front of my patient who is maybe 1.5 meters away from me, their electromagnetic recording of their heart and my electromagnetic recording of my heart is actually touching. And that's having a heart-to-heart conversation while I might be having a head-to-head conversation with my patient. So, yeah, the heart is much more than just a pump. The heart is an electromagnetic field which extends all the way down to the toes and the top of the head, and for 1 meter at least around the body. We don't know what more and more sensitive instruments are going to show of this electromagnetic recording. It may be extending much more than 1 meter. And I've mentioned the power of prayer. People can pray for someone. I've written a paper on that, and I need to talk about it sometime. So the power of prayer shows that even at the other end of the world, you can influence somebody. So what's happening there? Well, now we're talking about information. So clearly, energy can be measured, electromagnetic field, electroencephalogram of the brain. So we can measure electromagnetic fields, and they're all over the body, and they extend around us. So, and remember that energy carries information. So in the same way as your TV screen is just a a body. It has electrical cable with electricity running, otherwise that box wouldn't work. And that electricity carries information from the broadcasting station that appears on the screen. So your TV set is not just a body of metal. It has electricity flowing into it and carries information. So I'm not sure why we have such a problem with the human being in thinking that we're just a body. Well, there's no way the body could function without the energy flowing in it. And while the electromagnetic field and these other measurable electromagnetic fields are there are also a whole range of energy fields that we can't measure. They call subtle energy. And everybody knows them. We talk about good vibes and bad vibes. I've run many seminars in which I can still sense the energy in the room the first day. By the second day, the energy shifted completely. And we all recognize that difference. We recognize the difference when strangers walk into our house and how after a while it starts to feel different. So we're all used to working with energy fields. So then the question is, so who am I? I'm not this body only, clearly. I'm also this electromagnetic field. And the electromagnetic field carries information. And where does that information go? Well, that information can touch me in my feeling, what I call my feeling template. That information may also flow into my thinking mind, and then that's called intuition. So information can flow into the mind, as it were, and give me ideas. And so there's thinking, and the thinking apparatus is a thinking apparatus that I use every day. There's a feeling apparatus that I feel also. There are energy fields around me, and there's information. That's who we are. We are this complex being. So the whole question, I think I've asked this before, am I inside my body or is the body inside me? That's the secret. It depends on how I think of myself. If I think of myself only as a body, well, then I must be inside my body. But if I recognize that I am not just a matter body, but an energy field, and that energy field extends around me, well, then I'm no longer inside my body. The body's inside me or inside my energy field. And my energy field, I'm much more energetic than I am physical. I have feelings and emotions, and all these it's not my matter body that is having any of these feelings and even emotions. There's no evidence that my emotions are chemistry, for example. You can't take blood and send it to the laboratory and say, please tell me, is this person happy or unhappy? They can't do that. So we are not matter bodies. We're much more than that. We are energy fields. Maybe one day we will be able to measure these energy fields and be able to describe the person in a more intimate detail. Certainly not now. The ECG doesn't give us information about the emotional being, even though we often talk about my feeling, this is where my feeling is, not here, this is my thinking. But I can't even take my brain out and find out what my thoughts are. And I can't open my chest and cut the heart open and find out what my feeling is. So clearly, we are much more than just an anatomical heart and a brain. We are a thinking, feeling human being. And we all know this. We talk about good vibes and bad vibes. So we need to recognize that when we talk about the greater anatomy, then we are talking about something much, much more than just a physical body. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this because it's such an important subject. So important that we recognize that we're not just a body walking around. We are an amazing, complex human being functioning on many, many dimensions, sensing energies around us, gathering information, and responding or reacting. And the difference makes all the difference about the way we feel and the way we live in this world. Have a good day.